that forget America, white America is an irredeemably racist country, and that the only course for the Negroes is to bring about a final, violent, apocalyptic confrontation of black and white.
As Governor of the State of Michigan, I do hereby officially request the immediate deployment of federal troops into Michigan to assist state and local authorities in reestablishing law and order in the city of Detroit. I am joined in this request by Jerome P. Kavanaugh, Mayor of the city of Detroit.
Pillage, looting, murder, and arson have nothing to do with civil rights.
You're going to sit in front of your television set and listen to LBJ tell you that violence never accomplishes anything, my fellow Americans. But you see, the real problem with violence is that we have never been violent.
Of a Detroit bus driver who just died of COVID-19 is going viral.
Do not depend on federal and state officials or the government to have your best interests in mind. We have corporate slavery, and we know what we had with chattel slavery. By the time a slave was dead, by the time they were 30 years old. So it's up to you to be due diligence in your research to protect you,
Jason
your
Hargrove
family.
posted it 2 weeks ago after encountering a woman on his bus who was openly coughing, exposing him and other passengers. It is now a stark reminder of how easily people can contract this virus and how easily it can turn fatal. Some bus drivers now calling for a sick-out or work stoppage. Jim Kurtzner, live downtown at Eastern Market with this video. It is disturbing, Jim, and how the mayor is responding.
Yeah, Glenda, this is gut-wrenching. It's heartbreaking, but it really does drive the point home that we all need to be safe. This is one DDOT bus driver, and this is now, sadly, his living legacy.
But listen, man, let me say something.
He's sweating and clearing his throat through a life and death message posted almost 2 weeks ago.
This coronavirus for real. And we out here as public workers doing our job, trying to make an honest living to take care of our families.
Pictures of DDOT buses are on the Facebook page of Jason Hargrove. He says a woman in her late 50s or 60s got on his bus and was coughing without any regard for him and several other passengers.
And cough several times without covering up your mouth. And you know that we in the middle of a pandemic. That lets me know that some folks don't care. Utterly don't give a excuse my language, but that's how I feel right about now.
Bus Drivers Union President Glenn Tolbert tells 7 Action News he's emotional. He's trying to make sense of this after getting the call about Jason's passing last night from Jason's wife. 7 other drivers have tested positive. 100 drivers are in quarantine. They have a total of 530 drivers. Some saying they're not safe, even with cleaning, and want a work stoppage.
I don't know how you can watch it and not tear up. He knew his life was being put in jeopardy, even though he was going to work for the citizens of Detroit every day, by somebody who just didn't care.
Jason Hargrove was pleading with people to live, to stay safe, to stay healthy. He didn't know that just 12 days later, his voice would be silenced.
For us to get through this and get over this, man, y'all need to take serious. It's folks dying from this. Listen, it's folks dying out here.
Who knew that that would be the living legacy? Now, DDOT bus drivers did stage a one-day walkout back on March the 17th. That's when the city changed procedures, allowing passengers to board only through the back door and ride for free. Mayor also telling us this afternoon the city is looking at being more aggressive with people who do not follow safety procedures. Live downtown, Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.
Hopefully, Jim, people will see his face, remember, and take heed. Detroit, he passed away.
I don't know how you can watch it and not tear up.
On March 17th, hundreds of DDOT bus drivers walked off the job because of COVID-19. That same day, Mayor Mike Duggan and the drivers' union worked out their differences and came to an agreement on behalf of the drivers, and they went back to work.
To see this happen, I can't say it was enough. Some of my
On Thursday, the mayor announcing additional efforts to help DDOT drivers, including an effort to test bus drivers like other first responders and an effort to extend housing to bus drivers who are quarantined.
As of today, we are extending the hotel services to our DDOT drivers.
Some DDOT bus drivers now want the city to put the brakes on bus service during this COVID-19 crisis.
We're picking up 15 to 20 people. There's no way that we can do social distancing within a bus, on a crowded bus. And then you have some people that just cough and sneeze, not covering their mouths.
But when the mayor was questioned if he would cut off bus service, he says he believes the right measures are in place, and he encouraged people to practice sanitary habits, including social distancing.
Bruh, this ain't gonna get no better before it get worse, because people ain't taking it serious.
In Detroit, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2.
NIOSH, the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. So with this system, it's going to be a letter and number code. So the letter is going to be either N, R, or P, and the number is either going to be 95, 99, or 100. The letter code actually tells you how resistant the filter is to oil, interestingly enough. So N stands for not oil proof. The R stands for resistant to oil, and the P stands for oil proof. Then the number will tell you what percentage of airborne particles can be filtered out by that filter in a worst case scenario testing. So 95 filters out 95% of particles, 99 filters out 99%, and then 100 filters out almost 100% at 99.97%. And after we go over the different country equivalents, we can go over which of these are recommended by the CDC.
Logical
and which
thinking.
ones you might want to consider.
Why
So
would
next we can go over
the
European
government and the
system.
state
This is a P and FFP code
and
rating
even
system.
medical
So you'll see
professionals
either
who are
P1,
working to fight
P2,
the
and P3
coronavirus
ratings, or
is
FFP1, FFP2,
airborne
and FFP3 ratings.
virus
And again, these have to do with what percentage of airborne
by
particles
giving
are
out
filtered
false
out. And from what I
information,
understand,
or
the
even
only
more
difference
so,
between the
not
P and
providing
FFP rating systems just have to
the
do with, like,
frontline
shape of
workers
the mask,
with
but
the correct
equivalents of
equipment
the
to protect
amount
themselves.
that each filters out are the same. So
The
P1 and
N95
FFP1
mask
both filter out 80%,
gives you the least
so I
amount of
wouldn't go with that
protection.
one.
You have the
P2
N95
and
mask
FFP2 filter out
and the
94%, and then
N100
the
mask
P3
that
and
gives you
FFP3
5% more
both filter
protection
out
than the
99%.
N95. So the N95 is the one with the least amount of protection, but it's being pushed on everybody to go get the N95, or that's what the medical staff is working. And it's hard for me to even fathom and understand unless it's just a conditioning form of thinking from the socialized education that you don't have free thought to go research on your own, that you only follow what you've been taught and trained for in these socialized educational systems when you went and achieved your medical degrees, your nursing degree, or whatever, that you don't have common sense enough to go research on what's the best thing to ensure your livelihood.
In the EU system or KF94 in the Korea system. Obviously, it would not hurt to get a system better than that, and I'm not sure if they do recommend higher than that if you can get it, but that's going to be your decision anyway. As for oil resistance in the US system, like R and P type filters, I don't think those are necessary. I believe those are more for like if you're using oil-based paint and spraying them, or you're spraying pesticides that have oil base, that sort of thing. I think that's what those are really made for. And I haven't seen any CDC recommendations that suggest that you need to have any oil resistance. So that's one of those things where, I mean, if you want to get a filter that you can use for any type of project, then maybe you just want to go ahead and get a oil resistance filter anyway, but you certainly don't need to get one based on what I've come across. One important thing to remember though is no matter what rating filter you get, it relies on a excellent, perfect seal around your face. So if you have any facial hair, even this much, I would probably not trust. I would go clean shaven if I actually was going into an area with sick people. So if you have a long beard or whatever, definitely you're going to have to shave it off, or else it's going to allow air in and you're going to completely negate any filtration that you have in the mask. Now, as for different styles of respirators, I have two examples here we can go over, and then which one I like the best. So first we can go over this disposable type. This is the 3M 8000 model. It is N95, despite looking like the most basic type of one you can imagine. It basically is just a dust mask, but it is rated as a N95 respirator, and it literally just goes over your mouth like this. And there's 2 of these rubber bands, and you get a seal. This is not correct, by the way. I'll try to get it correct. I would spend more time on this, but basically there's a little metal piece here that you kind of bend to try to get a good seal against your nose, but it's really not ideal. I would probably not trust this because you can't really be super sure if there's not any cracks on the sides or whatever. This is not easy to fit at all, but again, it'd be better than nothing.
Hit the like button and subscribe. I need you to hit the like button so it can register on YouTube algorithm. That's why I don't monetize it. All I need you to do, again, if you enjoy this free content, this free information, and you leave here smarter, which is my intentions, then go ahead and hit the like button and share.
There's no such thing as a nonviolent revolution. The only kind of revolution that's nonviolent is the Negro revolution. The only revolution based on loving your enemy is the Negro revolution. That's no revolution. A revolution is bloody. Revolution is hostile. Revolution knows no compromise. Revolution overturns and destroys everything that gets in its way. And you sitting around here like a knot on the wall saying I'm going to love these folks no matter how much they hate me.
You call us savages and beasts and mad dogs running the street burning and looting, but we're doing this not for the destruction of the world, but we're trying to prove one point. We want freedom and justice and equality. We want to be treated equal. The best thing to do is give us freedom or at this place a riot with blood.
Here in Detroit, a city of war.